Like, I'm trying to think of a hero that meets a standard of like lower cooldown, but if you use it in Chrono, it's gonna be great. Like, for example, Quap.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, what you want to do. So Bait's heroes at this point, they don't really push lanes, right? And if you can't push lanes, it means you can't really make things happen. Because of Team Unique, they have this Venomancer, and he's going to be pushing lanes by proxy, just throwing out snakes. And how you want to play in this matchup of Void versus Oracle is you want to find the Oracle. And if you're not pushing lanes, the Oracle will not be showing on the map. So they need heroes that can kill creeps kind of quickly so that they can be the ones pushing lanes so that Team Unique have to show more on the map, and thus you have a potential of finding this Oracle in the fights and killing him first. That's kind of how you want to play this Void Oracle matchup. So I think they kind of need some sort of heroes that are able to push lanes, potentially a Vision hero or some sort of silence. Yes, Clockwork Rocket can be, you can find the Oracle, and potentially you can force him to cast the ult on himself, and then you already kind of nullified what he does. But yeah, I think they kind of need some lane pushers right now and some more low cooldown heroes.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out. Right, the Batrider performance last game. We're a big fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it bad enough that we'd be okay with him picking Pudge?
Ooh, um,
Where are
would
we
be.
weighing
I
in
mean,
on that scale?
no. I want to say,
That's the right answer. Well done.
yeah,
You $1 million.
yeah.
You've just won.
I want to go with no on that one.
And it's like this is going to be the lean now. Actually, like, this is the type of hero that Dendi plays a lot. We don't really see any other mids favorite that much these days. Kind of feels a little bit vulnerable. Very easy to get on top of.
Yeah, and also going up against a hero like Tiny, it is a little bit spooky. It does kind of check some of the boxes that I was mentioning, though. The one thing, though, is that once like both the Void and the Lina, they're heroes that they don't really like showing on lanes that much. Lina is susceptible to getting killed when she shows on lanes, and she wants to have these big boys in front. And kind of the same thing goes for Void. So right now, I think the last hero here, for last hero, has to kind of check a lot of boxes, and that is a little bit scary. I think when you have just this one last pick. Um, I'm kind of looking at these different heroes. I could see something like like something maybe like a Mars or something. Just this big kind of beefy boy who doesn't mind showing on lanes, he lanes a little bit, and kind of just set them up for team fight success.
Okay. Let's see where they want to go. I feel like this is like you can understand the Storm Spirit pick here, right? Like it should be okay on the lane against Lina, and while they have some catch, I'm not gonna say it's a free Storm game, but it does feel like a game in which you can fairly easily pull off the hero, if that makes sense, right? Like it's not this there's a primal roll that's instantly going to lead to my death type like setup. I think
Yeah, I
especially for
mean,
bait
even
with like their
even
initiation
even
swarm.
Beastmaster, I don't think is necessarily good against Storm. I get what you mean. Void,
Mm.
the Storm Void matchup can, it goes a little bit both ways. Obviously, you can get stuck in the Chrono, it's scary, but I think Void is, I mean, Storm is, I would say overall kind of happy against Void, and especially I think with Oracle. If they ever get to a point where they can find Roche, I think you're going to be very happy as Team Unique. And of course, the Lina is quite susceptible to dying to both Storm and Tiny. So I think Bait they have a harder last pick here than Team Unique, at least from my viewpoint. But we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah, like Team Unique have given themselves like a solid ground upon which to build. Like you got the Venom for the early push. The Storm Spirit's going to be a bit of a beast in the later game fights. Tiny for those kind of gank and spanks in the early phase of the game. And then another thing that you have on the side Unique you don't really have on Bait, unless of course this is Slash's way of playing Void, is a solid save.
Yeah, so Beastmaster gets banned out here, and yeah, I can understand it to some extent. Like it kind of does what Bait want to do, in the sense that Beast shoves lanes, just by having the boars and just the aura, and he has this hawk, so he can find the oracle, and that kind of makes it so that what Unique want to do in this game would become a little bit more difficult. At the same time, I'm not entirely sold if that is what they need.
Hmm. Let's see what Unique's going to show first.
It's a
Like,
tough last pick here, I think.
yeah, I feel like Bait have put themselves in a situation where a lot of their picks are too stapled into a certain role, right? So like this Lena has to be mid at this point. The Void is obviously gonna be the one. So like you can't kind of shift around what hero is going to have to gap fill, but it feels like that final pick is going to have to fill so many, or tick so many boxes rather, in your draft.
And we see this draw pick now. The one thing that I kind of could see for bait at this point, and this is something that has always been sort of a big counter to draw in general, is always been the Nature's Prophet. It's not banned out, and while it is not a very good hero against Storm, it does help you a lot with pushing out the lanes. And it also kind of this right-clicking range hero that can scale. And in general, just Storm has Prophet has always been kind of good at bullying draw in the laning stage. Of course, the matchup has changed a little bit since the addition of the multi-shot on Drow Ranger, where you can kind of kill some treants, but it's just that Drow has a difficult time dealing with these treants in the lane, and yeah, you can kind of just go for out CSing. But it's gonna be an Underlord here. Also, at least it lets you push out some lanes, and you don't have to be super scared. So, and it gives you some kind of team fight in the sense that he's a aura builder, tanky items builder, whatever.
Is it me, or does their initiation feel kind of wonky though?
Their initiation is a little bit wonky. Yes, they're kind of relying on either this Clockwork or the Faceless Void, which is kind of weird because, I mean, of course, the Clockwork can jump in, but I think it's very difficult initiating onto a lot of these heroes. Yes, Drow Ranger can be susceptible, but there's the Oracle to back him up. The Lina doesn't really enjoy in a game like this where you he is gonna have to buy Yules on Lina. Like at the point where you're going in to use your Yules on someone, this is when you're the most kind of susceptible to dying. You're showing yourself and you're using your one defensive item to set up a kill on someone, and that's kind of the time where Unique have a chance to strike, to kill this Lina. So a little bit strange for bait to start fights, I think, unless they get off to a very good start in the laning phase.
Friends, let us
But
skirmish.
I do think, yes, this is probably a better lineup at least than the last one.
Okay, so we're at least being positive. Bait draft at least looking more thumbs up than last game, but yeah, you can really clearly see the chinks in the arm. Like you mentioned, the Yules that Denny's gonna have to be picking up. You'll probably see an Orca coming out in the Storm anyway. It's good against a lot of these heroes. But then you've also got a second silence in the Drow, right? So like even if you use it defensively, Dendy is not out of harm's way. He's still probably in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I'm thinking Unique are kind of just gonna look to play this lineup kind of fast. I think if Bait managed to just, do kind of like they want to come out maybe 55-45 in the lanes on Bait. I think they kind of need that because Unique's lineup just plays much faster if they get the ball rolling. However, if Bait get ahead in this game, I think it's kind of hard for Unique to make a comeback.
All right, I'm just going to say Lorenoff is going to carry the game and never die. Not just based on last game's performance, but also that when you're loading in, whoever chooses the death animation is the person who's going to die the least on the team.
Oof.
It's a weird flex, but it works because you know what you're doing. You're getting your deaths out of the way before the game even begins.
All right.
Don't go check my recent games to confirm that.
Wait, you lost your last 17 games?
Shut the fuck! I told you that in secrecy. Wyvern's a very hard hero to make work in pub games, okay?
That's what they all say, Whatever, like when they're just like, hero is very hard to play in pubs.
All right, no. You're right. You want to flex? 10 games in a row, you got to play techies.
No.
Why? You scared?
No. I mean, I'm not a psychopath, I'm not Slacks.
Well, I'm not a dragon humper, so sorry I don't like playing Wyvern.
I thought you just played 10 Wyvern games in a row.
For my cavern crawl.
I'm getting mixed signals.
For my cavern.
From carry.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Dude.
okay.
I wouldn't touch that thing with a barge pole. I'm the type of +4 player that picks like axe or someone bulky. He's like, I'm gonna run at people. Okay. I'm gonna hit. I keep it simple for my brain. I'm like, I'm just gonna hit.
You're the Pudge with the level 1.
No. My thing right now is axe with an oof.
Oh, this was actually quite strange. I think Vanscore, he did go in for the mid lane where he did the classic trick where you check if they have a ward on this right side, and he saw that he got hit by the tower, and he should have recognized that there was I'm not sure what that was about.
Maybe he didn't have a sentry?
He did have a sentry.
Okay.
Oh, whatever.
We'll call that a handicap. He's like, oh, you know what? Bait was so easy to beat in game 1. We'll let you have that ward, Dendy.
Yeah, there's already a ward flag out, a sentry ward coming to the Storm Spirit, so he's gonna get that ward.
Yep, that was the handicap. He was allowed to have the ward for 30 seconds. You're also breathing in that microphone again.
Oh,
You and your ASMR streams. God damn.
people love hearing my sexy breathing, I think.
You know, I've
all good.
had quite a few questions in my DMs, Pycat. They want to know when Pycat streams.
Just happened.
When my stream, I don't know, man. You know, it's been a while. I'm just not sure I could, you know, like I feel like the pressure would be too high, you know.
I
don't
feel
know if
like
I
I feel like I
deliver
can just imagine you curling your hair as you're saying this.
curling my hair.
Like I don't know. I don't feel like people
Oh,
would
okay, you
want to
mean like
hear or
that?
see me.
Ah, okay. It's like the fishing compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know
I'm
they're gonna
definitely
give you the
fishing for
compliments.
Yeah. No, I definitely am fishing for compliments. You know, like if you want me to do a stream, you're gonna have to, you know,
Patreon,
work for it.
Venmo, go. Bribe him. Well, in the meantime, you get to enjoy him on the broadcasts. And so far, I think Bait fans are enjoying this start a little bit better. Because mid is looking a bit more Dendy favored compared to the last game around this point.
Yeah, then they're definitely up to a decent start here. He has he has used some of his mana. He managed to cancel the flask here, and Storm is quite a bit away from his bottle, so I think this lane should be going quite well for Dendy.
I feel like this is the type of hero that if you play it a lot, it kind of shows, right? Like I feel a lot of mids don't really play Lina ever anymore, whereas Dendy is probably the one I most consistently still see pick this hero in competitive and in pubs.
And up top here, we might see Clockwork might be in trouble here.
He's just working it. Working that score up to a first blood for Unique. Fan score did have to yoink it though. He's like, but that's
Did he have to
right
go,
there.
or did he just?
He's an Oracle. They always had to. We've all been there. Especially you. You play Pulse 1 all the time. You know how it feels. Usually they wait until level 3 with the level 2 Purifying Flames before they start using that excuse though.
Yeah, them greedy 5 position players. Oof.
In fairness, if you pick an Oracle, you gotta have your fun at the start of the game because you know it's not going to be fun for you later in terms of getting kills. He's just the lifeguard trying to stop the stupid fat kid from drowning in the pool.
That's how you view carry players, is it? Or mids?
No comment. 19 team being ran down here. 5 up. I don't know if he's got the damage to finish this off. They'll just force them back there. They're doing a good job of applying pressure to these two after giving that first blood over. I feel like you're holding on to the fat comment.
No, man, I'm just looking at this mid lane here. Just, you know, I don't take offense that you're calling me a, you know, whatever.
That's okay. People who live in glass houses probably shouldn't. So
Okay.
yeah.
If there's any other caster just listening in on this, I'm looking for a new someone to.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh, I see how it is.
getting called all sorts of things here.
You gotta look at the standards, all right? Usually I'm with Lizzie, and he makes everyone look like crap.
And he can take it.
Muscular-wise. I mean, he could take on the entire casting crew at once. That's how much he could take it. Like,
Well.
It's not too bad because, you know, like the problem there is whenever we'd be on camera together, it was a before and after. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Whereas we look like our own individuals, so we won't like step on each other's style.
Right.
Although it might be a stretch to say I've got style. BZZ's got style though. Some real.
Yeah. Have you seen that Pugna set?
Damn, dude. You have to have style to get that sort of set. All right. That set is worth so much quantity-wise. Like if you get 1 million of those, they're worth like 300,000.
And actually, I'm a little bit surprised here that the Venomancer is doing very well in this lane here. I think the Void's base damage should be good enough, especially with the Quelling Blade, and kind of the heal from the Warlock should offset most of this damage here. So I think the Void should just be able to see us freely here. Most of these denies, I'm assuming, are, however, probably just
him killing his own children. Yeah.
Yes.
So what you're saying is BZZ has actually been the one baiting us all along. He wanted to make himself look really good.
Oh, and he manages to dodge the stun in the mid lane here. Tiny's gonna come.
Oh,
This is looking like a kill.
yep, Dendy's gonna go down, and
There
all
might
of
be
a
a
sudden, Fireball has
second-
to run away.
No.
Nah, the cogs will protect him. Dendy right now is like, why couldn't those cogs protect me? Where
Yeah,
were
and
you?
what started as a very nice lane for Dendy now, just with this kill, kind of shifts. The Tiny was so what kind of happened is the fact that the Venomancer was doing so well on his own in this bottom lane and being able to pressure freed up a lot of space for the Clockwork, who has just been sitting here around this mid lane for a really long time, and so Dendy was forced to play in a very awkward way. Despite having such an advantage early on, he was forced into just being very passive, and that's not where you want to be when you're Lina kind of, you know, slightly ahead and you want to get further ahead. So
No, it's true, right? Because like when we looked at the CS, even before that kill occurred, Laurenov had surpassed him. And the reason we don't see Lina very often in the mid role is because one, maybe two deaths. I don't want to use the Kyle process, you know, the one that Elo's doing, where it's like you can have a maximum of. But Lina is one of those heroes consistently where you can say you can have like a maximum of 2 deaths to this game. Any more, you've lost the game.
yeah, I mean, I feel like this is definitely one of those games on Lina. If you die more than X amount of times, it's, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. I'll give him like, I'd say he's got 3 deaths in him, right? I think once he's died 3 times, like out, you're done. Especially against like a Drow Storm Spirit lineup. Like these guys are going to accelerate quickly off the lanes, especially with BZZ's start to this game.
Yeah, and all 3 kind of cores from Unique are doing very well in their lanes right now, sitting at the top of the board, all 3 of them. Bates not trailing far behind, but they're just up a little bit in every lane. And I think the most concerning one is like the fact that the Venom is doing so well in this bottom lane. It's also like they don't have a way of dealing with these wards, you see? It's just like the Void is just slowly losing out in this battle. Even though there's a heal from Warlock, they're kind of just slowly getting pressured, and we're going to see a dive here.
Yep.
Warlock should go down.
That betrayal moment where Fish was like, wait, where are you going? Don't leave me like this. But that is the life of a boss 5. Sometimes you got to tank the gank, even when it's under your own tier 1 tower. Are we over the Venomancer phase yet? Are we fed up of seeing this hero? I feel like we've been fed up from the moment it started getting picked. Chrysalis is going to get picked on in the bot lane. As they go back in, they're like, well, that last kill didn't really fill me, all right? That was like the starter meal. We need the main course. I guess
I
last
don't
hero
know.
might be the dessert.
I kind of, you know, like I enjoy the occasional Snake Man. Just
Yeah, but it's not the occasional
bobbing
now.
around.
It's like all the time again.
I enjoy the all the time Snake Man, you know.
There it is.
It's a fun hero to watch. It's a fun hero to play.
Not
There,
play against.
I said it. No, not play against. Definitely not.
No. Well, last hero is going to be brought down. Fishman also, and I mean, I don't want to be negative, which, you know, that's like that moment where someone's like, I don't want to be
negative,
but yeah, there's the but.
Everything
This is
before the butt is
kind of going the same way as the last game, very quickly.
it is very quickly starting to remind us of this last game that we saw. Unique, once again, kind of just bringing numbers, and Bait being sort of unable to respond to this early on.
Which is concerning to have to say that when you like
And
look at their
we
heroes.
might see a go here, the Storm. He might just jump the Lina here with the Tiny in the wings.
Well, think about it. Illusion's like, let me just get around the side, make sure there's no one here. And you're a go. Life Strike Array was nicely timed by Dendy. The problem is, because Illusion's here, there's no way you can turn around and try and punish it. I like that from Illusion as well. Like, he was just poking at the side to see if smoke broke, as if a support is sitting there.
Yeah, and kind of with what's happening in these lanes, it's like Bait, they don't really have ways of making plays, right? They have this top lane where they have a Clockwork and an Underlord. And this lane against Oracle Drow, you're not really gonna crush this lane and, you know, pressure it all too much. And that's kind of what you have to, because Clock is pretty much your only playmaker aside from the Lina, who doesn't really want to make too many plays too early on. She needs to get some of her items before she's able to contribute a lot.
I mean, if
so-
you're not going to make plays on the heroes or on the towers, at least make plays on the bounties. They have no control of this game right now.
Yeah, and I think they've drafted themselves into a corner a little bit once again. Like, it is this, I think that just idea of Clockwork and Void combination, to me, it looks a little bit awkward. And also the long cooldowns, you see, like, Unique heroes, they are all very low cooldown heroes, right? They don't have to wait for anything. Yeah, maybe you can say they wait for the false promise, but you know that's
And you don't care about Poison Nova, right? Like Poison Nova's the
no
bonus.
Poison Nova is
basically.
just whatever. It's just Venom wards. You know, Tiny has low cooldown spells, Drow low cooldown spells, Storm obviously the same, and Oracle the same except for the ultimate there. So they are able to just play at a very high tempo.
It's also that problem, like when you think of heroes like Oracle, you're like, okay, they have a save. Well, as long as we have like a second follow-up to our initiation, not too bad, right? But like if you chrono target, they're gonna get false promised, and then afterwards you're in trouble. Like, there's no secondary solid form of initiation for bait, it feels like. I mean, I say that they do finally kill BZZ. They make the Venom answer pay. So that was the whole team rotating towards top to make that happen.
Yeah, we are gonna have some sort of an attempt at kill mid here. This is not the easiest kill to pull off, especially Storm playing to the right here inside the creeps, kind of.
Especially if he shoots onto his own captain. Dendi, I mean, that'd be friendly fire in a different game. The Ball Lion dodges out the LSA. They bring down the Lina. Laurenov will get to the tower and just look to stand and fight. 5-up's going to be brought down. They did use the false promise just to be safe. But I get a feeling that Storm didn't even need it.
No, the hook work, he didn't really land his clock there. And so he kind of whiffed that one.
I don't know. Maybe he just loves Dendi so much that he wanted to be close to him. That might be his excuse. Fishman, I don't know what his excuse is. Crystallis ain't going to have one for long either. They think about it, and they are going to keep poking and prodding. They just want to get the Corey get away, though, because they did force the TP rotation for 5-up. All the while your carry is being pressured, on the other side of the map, there is 19 team just very casually, ignorantly farming away at a stage in the game when a Drow should maybe be a little bit scared. Usually, in most games, where one team's not, you know, kind of running over the other team.
Very far ahead at 11 minutes in.
Yep. Beating the crap out of them would also have been an acceptable choice in that. As they're beating the crap out of Dendi, and they drop the rock onto supports after their mid dies, and they will get illusion. Van score possibly as well. Maybe he has a big rain play here. I don't think he minds. He's like, I'll take that trade. Your captain is dead. You're headless chickens for 20 seconds. Because that is definitely how Dota works. When you lose your leader, they can no longer speak.
Yeah, they can't play the game anymore. They're just like...
Yeah, it's role-playing, right? Yeah, just muzzles out. In a good intrusive way, Dota just kind of takes control of your PC.
13-minute Orchids up on the Storm with double nulls. The Underlord is going to go down, and I think this is the point where now the map shrinks so much for bait here. The Storm with the Orchid can kill any hero, then he's quite far away from his Euls. The Void, he's chosen to go for this very greedy Midas build here, and I'm just not sure that, you know, it feels like he's not going to have time, you know, to get these items.
Well, not that attitude. The loser gets jumped on by 5-up. They're trying to bring him down, but Silence toss across. He says you can have this one as well. As they'll kill off the Warlock. One hit through from the Drow will get the kill on the Clockwork. And right now the supports are bait. They're not sure if Chris has baited them or if they were just dying so the carry didn't have to.
Yeah, but do you know what I see right now?
Him farming his Midas?
No, but what if, let's say the Team Unique managed to get like, let's say 7 more kills?
Oh, I see you're doing the mathy thing that leads into the other thing. Yeah, that's right. However, I don't know if yep, this is actually going the right way because that Chrono done absolutely nothing. They're just laughing in the face of this faceless Void, which is kind of a rude mockery thing considering the man doesn't have a face himself. Chance to come out. Chris has been brought down. 5-up doesn't know why he even stepped up these stairs here and will regret it straight away because 19 has the clicks. It was indeed costly BZZ. It was like
5, 4.
Wait, we're down to 3. We lost the count.
Yeah. Okay, 3.
All right, we're gonna hold the count. We're not gonna
I thought you were gonna do the.
Else.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna be quiet until the next 3.
Yep, just put on some like casual music or something. Oh, sorry,
some soft jazz.
Mm.
Some lounge music there.
It's a vibe too. And like I'll just stick it on BZZ and watch him the whole time. I feel like that's the type, like out of all the characters, that's the Jazz character, right? Like the.
I mean,
the
you
smooth
press
vibes.
the like the I button, and then you kind of, and then you're just following the snake man. He has such a pleasant walk, doesn't he?
He looks so happy, but then you see his face, and then
Just
you're like,
like-
oh god. And then you look at him sliver.
Man, I wish I
So-
had that same walk. You know, it's just like a.
It's like nothing in the world bothers him, and it kind of fits the hero, right? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you jumped me first. It was okay. I pressed R. So middle finger as I sink into the ground and die. But I'll be back. Oh, I don't know if Loronov's going to be back. He got the silence out, though. So instead, 5 up. He wishes he backed away from this quicker. As the root does connect
Two.
to Loronov. There you go, more. 2. Tiny. Looking to make it 1. Can he get it, though? Moving in. Dragging on a Fishman. BZZ. He hasn't got the button to press, but it doesn't matter. 1.
One kill separating them.
To rule them all.
0.
Here. Woo!
Ding
Wait.
ding ding.
This is where we find out if spectators can hit the pause button.
We have arrived at our destination. Please gather your belongings and watch out for the door.
from the ride and try not to trip over your own face on the way out.
Welcome to Shanghai South Station. I remember that so well from my days in China. Ah, the train voice. What a pleasant voice.
See, I kind of got sick of the trains very quickly when I had to go to London for like training in my previous job. Every day.
You did that on purpose, didn't you?
No?
Training?
No, I actually did.
Ay.
My brain makes these connections without telling me. So
I like how. I mean, this is one of those games where you actually get to score for a while. You know, I feel like it's always in the
yeah,
passing,
it always
you
just
know?
goes straight away. It's almost like the team is backed up. It's like, no, let them soak in it, and then let's ruin it again. Movement in. 6-2-2's the new target. Rock goes down, does no damage. I don't think we're gonna get past 3 kills on bait side as Dendi gets chased down as well. And I don't know where last hero thinks he's going. Oh, back to the fountain. It just helps you get there a different way.
Yeah, and this made Fishman the last hero alive for bait.
There it is. I wonder what he's going to do, considering he's already used Rock. Oh, that's right. Illusion's going to dive again. He doesn't have a Dark Seer this time, but he doesn't need it. Loronov is here to save the day. Illusion tanking a little bit more than he intended, but he's going to be fine. Fishman, however, dead for 55 seconds.
Do you think people are actually enjoying all these, you know, half-ass puns, or are they just going,
I
make
mean,
it stop?
what else is there to enjoy in this game for them right now?
Ay.
I think we're making this passable for them if they're bait fans, at least. If they're unique fans, unique fans, they took their headsets off like 5 minutes ago and started like pulling their t-shirts off and just swinging them around. All right, they're over the moon right now. They're like, bait ain't a team, we're a team. You gotta give credit to unique. It definitely feels that way.
Yeah, I mean, they have, you know, they have kind of at least like a kind of clear game plan. Like you can see that their lineup is, there's some cohesion in the lineup, right? It makes sense. They want to play fast. They have the Oracle save against the Faceless Void. Both the Drow and the Storm, they play well off one another. You know, you get the tower taking, and also you get the Storm who you can play around with this Aegis once you get it. You can play very fast with this lineup if you get off to a decent start, and so they know what they're doing in terms of kind of how to build their lineup. And also I think Illusion just playing this tiny, both games he has played this tiny very well, both in the laning stage and also once he gets this blink, he's very active.
I mean, I think the correct way to assess Illusion is it is a goddamn psycho, as he just proved with that last dive into the enemy's base. Definitely feeling confident as this series has gone on playing the Tiny. And that's a pretty confident ball liner coming in. Loronov is like, I got an Aegis. That means I should use it right away, right? At least all the mana component. Clockwork almost dying, but is going to live. Dendi with the LSA, but the gust comes out. The slows follow-up are going to be there. BZZ slivering on his way and looking as happy as lamb. trying to click some heroes down, but can't kill any more. However, Illusion right at the last moment ensures that the captain of bait is going to be a casualty. And I see what the play is here. I know what they're doing now. They're going to get closer to that 33 mark, and then BZZ is going to feed 3 times. The game will end, and swag glasses will drop onto the Venomancer's face.
Are they going for the
We're going for the BZZ.
644? Oh, they're going for the BZC.
Yeah, the 633. How is it 644? I mean, you could. I think we just go for the BZZ though. Everyone tries for the 322s and the 644s.
Technically, they both could occur.
Exactly.
Right?
I feel like 644
I feel like
is more
I feel like
realistic.
it's much more likely that, you know, like I feel like it's much more likely that the unique actually get the next, what, 16 kills?
Yeah, that's what I mean. And then
getting
bait
three?
get free. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. We are gonna have sort of a smoke here from bait.
To
I'm
where?
not sure where they're headed though. I think it's just the
what
fact
a
that
wonderful map. We haven't seen any of this in like, I don't know, 10 minutes. Oh, look, is this the dire side? I've never been here before.
you're just lacking so much damage right now.
Oh, yes. The classic smoke into hit enemy crepes. Very effective. You're right. They are lacking damage. The problem is they're not really building damage. They have to go for a BKB on the face.
You want to go back to trying to offend people?
Just happened.
Oui, oui.
the-
Monsieur. Right now?
Ah, you oh.
Why don't we go for a
yeah.
little wee walk up to the north? We'll talk a little bit like this and see where we end up. There isn't really that many Scottish heroes in Dota.
Okay,
It's
you
Dark
listen to me now.
Willow.
Listen to me, okay?
Okay.
I have the game plan now. If I am team beat, I have a plan. My plan is to use the chrono onto all the enemy hero and
Alright.
kill them.
I think I got a better
Listen to me
plan.
now.
I got a better plan here. Hear me out. You run out of the base, all chat screaming freedom, and hope that the next team to challenge Unique can win.
That sounds like a pretty interesting idea you got there.
Hey man, gonna take a leaf out of Mel Gibson's book, okay? He knows where it's at.
Oh, man, this boy, he's farming
It's so
ancient.
sad. It's I keep clicking over and immediately I click away because me and Chris we're friends. We get along. It's sad to see my boy in this game like this. Like, what do you do as a faceless boy? You've been given this hero twice in a row, and both times he's like, I don't know what the combo is. I don't know what our play is.
Ah, man.
Meanwhile, on the base, Dendy's tanking so his carry can fast. He's going to be brought down, and they'll move on to Clockwork as well. And right now, Bay, they're just looking for the right number to type Yege into. Illusion, in he goes. Accidentally tosses his Storm Spirit. That wasn't the intended move, but it's fine. Because you're so far ahead. How the hell does anyone punish you? You have as much 1,000 gold net worth lead as minutes passed in the game. Let's accelerate that further. Bye, last hero. Sign off.
And I like how Fishman, he's just standing there. You know, the rock ready, he's just like, nah, I'll pass.
You ain't worth it. Oh, now? Oh, what? I have to rock now? Okay. Oh, I'm not going to rock. I'm not going to rock.
That was,
That was his chrono. Just before you check for a Rubik in this game. That was his move. GG is the only move left for Bait, though, as we find Ade being rather quick with a ridiculously dominant display coming out on the side of Team Unique.
yeah, I mean, this was a big ass beatdown if I've ever seen one. This was